When I was 27 years old, I left a very demanding job as a management consultant for a job that was even more demanding teaching. I went to teach 7th graders math in a New York City public school. And like any teachers, I made quizzes and tests. I gave out homework assignment. When the work came back, I calculated grades. What struck me was that IQ was not the only difference between my best and my worst students. Some of my strongest performers did not have stratospheric IQ scores. Some of my smartest kids weren't doing so well. And that got me thinking. The kinds of things you need to learn in 7th grade math, sure they're hard. Ratios, decimals, the area of parallelogram. But these concepts are not impossible. But I was firmly convinced that every one of my students could learn the material if they would harden long enough. After several more years of teaching, I came to the conclusion that what we need in education is a much better understanding of student and learning from a motivational perspective, from a psychological perspective. In education, the one thing we know how to measure best is IQ. But what if doing well in school and in life depends on much more than your ability to learn quickly and easily? So I left the classroom. I went to graduate school to become a psychologist. I started studying kids and adults in all kinds of super challenging settings. And in every study, my question was, who's the for here and why? My research team and I went to West Point Military Academy. We tried to predict which cadets could stay in military training and which could drop out. We went to a national spelling bee and tried to predict which children would advance farthest in competition. We studied rookie teachers working in really tough neighborhoods, asking which teachers are still going to be here in teaching by the end of the school year. And of those, who will be the most effective at improving learning outcomes for the student. We partnered with private companies asking which of these salespeople are still going to keep their jobs and who's going to earn the most money. In all these very different contexts, one characteristic emerged as a significant predictor of success. And it wasn't social intelligence, it wasn't good look, physical health, and it wasn't IQ. It was grit. Grit is passion and persevering for a very long-term goal. Grit is having stamina. Grit is sticking with your future, day in, day out, not just for the week, not just for the month, but for years, and working really hard to make that future a reality. Grit is living life like it's a marathon, not a sprint. A few years ago, I started studying grit in a Chicago public school. I asked thousands of high school juniors to take grit questionnaires, and then waited around more than a year to see who would graduate. Turns out that really the kids were significantly more likely to graduate, even when I matched them on every characteristic I could measure. Things like family income, standardized achievement test score, or even how safe kids felt when they were at school. So it's not just at West Point or the National Spelling Bee that grit matters, it's also in school, especially for kids at risk for dropping out. To me, the most shocking thing about grit is how little we know, how little science know about building it. Every day, parents and teachers ask me, how do you build grit in kids? What do you do to teach kids a very work ethic? How do you keep them motivated for the long run? The honest answer is, I don't know. What I do know is that talent doesn't make you greedy. Our data show very clearly that there are many talented individuals who simply do not follow through on their commitments. In fact, in our data, grit is usually unrelated or even inversely related to measures of talent. So far, the best idea I've heard about building grit in kids is something called growth mindset. This is an idea developed at Stanford University by Carol Dweck, and it is the belief The ability to learn is not fixed, that it can change with your effort. Dr. Wick has shown that when kids read and learn about the brain and how it changes and grows in response to challenge, it's more likely to be persevere when they fail because they don't believe that failure is a permanent condition. So growth mindset is a great idea for being great, but we need more. And that's why I'm gonna end my remarks because that's where we are. That's the work that stands before us. We need to we need to we need to we need to take our best idea, our strongest intuitions. We need to test them. We need to measure whether it be successful, and we have to be willing to fail, to be wrong, to start over again with lesson learned. In other words, we need to be greedy about getting our kids greedier. Thank you.